welcome back to my channel. I'm outside, and you know when I'm outside what that usually means. It means vlog time, which this is somewhat gonna be. It's gonna be a mini life update and a Q&A. There are so many questions that you subscribers have had for me over the last few months in the comment section of the videos that I have been unable to answer. And so the other day on Facebook and Instagram and in yesterday's video, I did announce that I would be doing a Q&A tomorrow, which is Sunday. Yeah, I'm filming this super last minute, but it is what it is. The day is beautiful today. And so I thought, why not? I'm gonna go out right now. It's afternoon. I wanna say it's about 4 o'clock and it's not too hot. It's perfect. I wanted to come outside and unwind because I've had a super busy work day. Work is busy right now. It's keeping me really busy. I feel like I'm drowning, actually. I feel like I can't come up for air when it comes to work because I've got so many different ventures and paths going on right now. But it's a good thing. I am not complaining about it at all. I'm excited for some of the things that are happening, some of the paths that I'm going on work-wise. And so, yeah, and it's a good busy, so I'm not complaining. Other than that, life is still, still going through what I'm going through. Somebody in yesterday's video in the comment section asked me if I was getting back together with Jeff because I still had the last name Barlow. I am not. I just feel like I need to clarify that. No, Jeff and I are not getting back together. That's never gonna happen. That ship sailed, it is over, it's done with. That chapter of my life is kind of closing at a slow pace, not as fast as I would like it to, but you know what? It takes time and it is what it is. I'm not gonna say that there aren't bad days still, because there are. And what do those bad days look like? I wanna say that gosh, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know that. I knew I was gonna come out here and do this vlog, but again, I'm gonna say I don't feel like I'm in a place where I can speak about this without, bitter isn't the word, without emotion. I will just say that as Jeff continues to move on with his life, the gut punches don't end on my end. And it's not gut punches of me wanting to be with Jeff or missing him, because that is so not the case. I promise you that. It's the gut punches of being blindsided by things that you weren't expecting. And I feel like when you think things can't get any worse, then the gut punch happens and you're like, seriously? Like, how much worse is this gonna get? How many more times is this going to happen, these blind sides? And I just wish that there was a regard for my feelings and what him moving on with his life, the effect it has on me and Allison. Now, Jeff can move on with his life. That's fine. It is what it is. I've accepted that. But I just feel like, okay, let's just get it all out now so the gut punches don't continue, so I can move past this, move on, and there's not these bumps in the road anymore. I'm one of those people that just get it all out now so I can deal with it now and move on. And in 2 weeks, I'm not getting punched in the gut again with something else that I got to deal with that makes me feel blasé or sad or whatever. And when I say sad, again, it is not sad in regards to my marriage with Jeff. It's sad in regards to and it's so hard because these things are happening right now that I wasn't expecting to happen. And so I don't even feel like I can really talk about it without emotion, because just, again, one of those things when you think things have gotten as bad as they can get, I was wrong. And so that's what I'll leave it with. And so I think for the most part, I'm staying pretty strong. I'm definitely happy that I am on the road to no longer being married. I feel a weight lifted off my shoulders. I feel a peaceness about me and a calmness that I haven't felt in a long time, minus the days where those gut punches come and, you know, I've got to deal with some of Allie's emotional breakdowns that she has. Those are always hard and those are mentally exhausting for me because it hurts me along with her, you know, watching her be hurt. And so, again, that's all I got for you with that. I wish I could say more, but again, I don't like to speak with emotion, and I feel like some of the feelings are so raw right now that I just need to be with them. And maybe in time, whether it be in a vlog or in a blog, I will kind of open up to you more about what's going on right now. As far as that's concerned, I'm just ready, you know, for this chapter of my life to be closed with Jeff. And in all honesty, I know it takes time, but it can't happen soon enough, is all I can say. And yeah, with that, it is. And so other than that, I think life is going good. You know, like I said, work is keeping me busy and I'm happy. We're all healthy, so we have our health. And so, you know, we got to be happy with that. So that is the mini life update. I don't really want to get too much into my life right now because it is a bit depressing, but I do have some really amazing questions that some of you subscribers asked that I can't wait to answer. So let's jump into some of those questions. First question is coming from Marion, and she asked if I ever get in a creative rut, and if so, what do you do to get through that? Yes, I do get in a creative rut every once in a while, every now and again. And what do I do to get through it? Honestly, the times that I get in a creative rut are times that I feel like I am emotionally drained. And the only way to get through those ruts for me is to just feel what I need to feel when I am emotionally drained or going through the challenges in my life that I'm going through. And usually as the challenge subsides or the emotions kind of are dealt with and settle within me, I seem to get out of the rut. Now, if there is just a regular rut or I'm feeling a block, sometimes I will go walk through Kirkland's or I will go walk through Home Goods, and I'll just kind of look at things to try and get some inspiration. And once I usually see a couple pieces in there that I know I can recreate using Dollar Tree items, that usually pulls me out of that creative block that I'm having, and then I feel the inspiration coming on and moving on. A lot of times when I get in those blocks, which isn't super often, it is because Dollar Tree doesn't have new items, you know, and I'm just kind of trying to work with what they have, and I'm just not seeing anything that inspires me. And so again, those are the times that I'll go walk through a store and see if there's anything that I can recreate with stuff that's in my stash, and that usually does the trick for me. This next one is coming from Candy Adams, and she asks, what advice would you give to a first-time crafter? That is such a good question, Candy. I love that question because so many times in the comment section of a DIY video, I get a comment saying that they are new to crafting and they just don't feel like they have the creativity to do any of these DIYs, or they're too intimidated by them. And I feel like the DIYs that I bring you, if you follow along with me, you can do it. Don't be intimidated. Don't limit yourself. Don't see things negatively. See it as, okay, I'm doing this. Maybe it didn't turn out perfect, but you know what? The next time it's gonna turn out better. If you keep practicing and you keep doing it, you're gonna get better at it. And that's how it is really with anything. I feel like, sure, there are some people where things come naturally, drawing or painting, whatever it may be. Kayla is a fantastic artist and it comes naturally to her. She can freehand anything, to where me, when I freehand it, I'm intimidated by it, but I'm gonna keep doing it. And I tell you, every year when I do my Christmas windows, they get better and better because I'm practicing and I'm building confidence when I do it. And so as you see your projects getting better, you will build self-confidence and you're gonna see that you're getting better. So just don't give up, keep trying, keep working at it, because it's gonna come to you and you're gonna be an amazing crafter and a DIYer. Next question is by Jamie Marsh, and she asks, do I watch other crafters on YouTube? Who are your favorites and what hobbies other than crafting do you enjoy? Okay, so there's 3 parts to this question. I'll start off with the first one. Do I watch other crafters on YouTube? No, I do not. I watch only one crafter, and this is going to answer who my favorite is. I do watch Bargain Bethany because she is a very good friend of mine. She is somebody that I have looked up to ever since I started on YouTube, and she has been a very good friend of mine. And I do love collaborating with her and working with her and talking with her outside of YouTube. And so, yes, I do watch her, but no, I do not watch other crafters because I don't want to get any ideas or inspiration from any DIYs or projects that they're doing. I don't want to use any of their techniques. I like to stay within myself and stay within my style and not see what other crafters are doing, because I feel like no matter what, when you do see another idea or you see another style or technique, at some point you do take it on. And so I feel like if I am blind to it and I don't see it, then I'm going to stay true to my style and my ideas and the inspiration that comes to me. And so her last question is, what hobbies other than crafting do you enjoy? Other than crafting, I would say the one thing I enjoy a lot is snowboarding in the winter. And that, I wouldn't say that that's a hobby. It's more of, well, I mean, I guess it can be a hobby, but I do spend a lot of time up on the mountain during the winter time snowboarding with my kids. I have taught all 3 of my kids how to snowboard. Snowboarding is something that I've done for over 20 years. And so I will say it's something I'm pretty good at. And it is something that I have taken pride in when teaching my kids. So it can be something that we can do together. And it is, in fact, something that we do together. There is no better time spent with my kids than up on the mountain. And I get to have individual time with them, whether it's going up with my 27-year-old son, Ray, or Kayla and I going up when Allie is in school, or Allie and I going up because I'm giving her a snowboarding lesson. Allie's been snowboarding for about 3 years now, and so she is getting it, and she is able to go down that mountain almost without falling down. Now it's just about teaching her some technique, and yeah, that's something that I love. Aim it down and just do a little bit of heels on there. You gotta aim this way, baby. You're going to the trees. There you go, slow. Heels. There you go. I will tell you, one of my favorite memories is about 2 seasons ago. Ray and I went up on Super Bowl Sunday, and there was a storm going on, and it was so dark and gray and snowing, and we were up there boarding together, going up to the top of the mountain, just he and I, and it is one of my favorite memories. And I love that he actually enjoys that and doesn't feel like he's up on the mountain with his mom. And so, yeah. Oh my goodness, if I say your name wrong, I am so sorry. Julie Saldana. Her question is, how long have I been crafting for? I have been crafting for as long as I can remember. I remember when I got my first house, I didn't have the money to buy curtains. I didn't have the money to buy a bed skirt and tablecloths and all these fun things that I wanted to add to my house to make it feel more homey. And so I remember going out and buying flat sheets and sewing my valances out of flat sheets, because you get so much fabric out of a flat sheet, and there's so many different styles and patterns or solid colors. And so I knew that I could make valances and curtains out of flat sheets for super budget friendly, less than I could by buying cloth at Joann's or Michael's. And that had to have been at the age of like 21 or 22. And even then, I feel like I always had a very creative mind and was always thinking outside of the box and repurposing things. And so it's something that I grew up doing because it was something that my mom was amazing at. And so I definitely get my creativity from my mom. The next question is by Adventure by the Mile, and she wants to know if Ray and Kayla have the same father as Allie, and that this is something that she's wondered about for a few years. No, Ray and Kayla do not have the same father as Allie. Jeff was not Ray and Kayla's biological father. He was their stepfather. He came into Kayla's life when she was 5, and I want to say Ray's life when he was 10. And then I want to say like 7 years later, we had Allie. And so Kayla was 12 years old when we had Allie. Nope. And just to answer your question, no, Ray and Kayla do not see their biological father. And that is not by their choice, it is by his choice. Yeah, one of those. Next question is from Genesis Crafts, and she says, Kelly, how do you stay so beautiful? Thank you. Happy and strong after what you've been through. You are such a beautiful person. Aw, thank you. How do I even answer that? I feel like one of the main things that I felt was important was to stay true to who I am on the inside. I feel like when you don't stay true to who you are, you lose character. And character means everything to me. And so I feel like when I went through my divorce with Jeff, that I didn't want to be ugly, because I am not an ugly person, and I didn't want to make this divorce ugly. And so the way I stayed strong was by being true to who I am and staying true. Now, was that always easy? Absolutely not. No, it wasn't. There were times where I really battled with it. But at the end of the day, I had to remind myself that being ugly isn't going to get anywhere, and being true to who I am, and I keep saying that to you because it is so important, is only going to get me out of this feeling better about myself and stronger. And I also feel like I stay as strong as I do because I have to set an example to my girls as to how to handle this and not let it swallow you up. And when you're going through something like this, it can so easily swallow you up, the pain and the grief. And I didn't want to become depressed. And I'm not going to say I didn't have depressing days, but I didn't want to get sucked into being depressed and going through depression. And so I feel like I'm a person, and I've always been this way, who is mind over matter. I need to have my moments. And as soon as I'm done having those moments, I need to pick myself up and I need to brush myself off. And I need to move forward. That's not to say that there's not going to be another day where I feel weak and I feel vulnerable and I feel sad and I need to have a cry, because crying, I feel like, lets some of that toxic energy out that you need to let out. And it's not something I do every day. It's not something I do every week, but there are times when it builds up, when I've had just enough, and I will have a cry. But what keeps me strong is picking myself, brushing myself off, moving forward, and knowing that at the end of the day, I'm going to be stronger, better, wiser, and happier because of what I'm going through right now. Seriously, true words. Those are not words that I'm speaking just to say it because it may sound good. That is truly 100% how I feel. Next question is from Sherry Walker, and she wants to know if there's any way that I can bring Allie into more of my videos. She and Kayla are absolutely precious. She loves watching Kayla's video, and like me, she makes her videos fun and funny to watch. Allie used to have a channel, but because of COPA, which is the Child Online Privacy Protection Act, Allie is not really supposed to be on YouTube until the age of 13. And because I worked so hard on my channel and I don't want to do anything to hurt my channel or have my channel suspended or taken down, I won't have Allie on there except for a glimpse here and there. She's 11 years old right now, so in 2 years I promised her that we would pick back up with her channel again and go full force with her. And so for now, it's just me and Kayla, but in a couple years you will see Allie, and it's just for the better, to protect the kids. Joe Farrell asks, how are you able to handle your life and still be such an amazing DIYer and amazing person? Thank you. Just love you and your videos. Keep it up. Remember, you are truly amazing. First, thank you. When I read those words from so many of you, I need to say that it is so humbling to me, because sometimes when you're going through what I'm going through, like so many of us have gone through, you don't see yourself in that light anymore. You see yourself in this survival mode of just functioning and trying to get through life. And it's sometimes when I see these comments, most of the time, that it makes me stronger and it reminds me that I am getting through this. And so how do I do it? It is really, I feel like, just a balancing act. I feel like I'm constantly balancing when it comes to life, to kids, to school, to work, to house, to having time for me. And it's a balancing act. And some days I don't always do it perfectly or 100%, But at the end of the day, I look back on my day and I think, how can I make tomorrow better than I made it today, or what can I do just a bit better? And I will say that right now it's a lot, because whether Jeff and I were happily married or not, when he was here, there were things that he did that I didn't have to worry about. And so with that, you know, things like an oil change, the tires getting changed, the getting my tires rotated, yard work, you know, dog poop, whether it be worrying about the pool, you know, it's all of these things that Jeff did that I'm now taking on. And so now not only am I taking all that on, but I've got to work more because I've got my own bills to pay now, because Jeff isn't here taking care of the family like he was before. And so, and I'm not resentful of that at all, just so you know. I am fine doing what I'm doing. I am happy to do it. It actually feels really good to be paying my own bills again and doing what I'm doing, because before I met Jeff, I was a very independent person and I was raising Ray and Kayla on my own. And then when I met Jeff, things changed and I was in this role of being a homemaker and a housemaker, which I am so grateful for, because I got to be a stay-at-home mom with Allison. But there was the aspect of missing that independence and the workforce that I really missed. And so when I started YouTube, I had started it with the full intention of it becoming my career and being my job. And so I know I've totally got off the subject of answering it, but really it is a balancing act and it is a lot right now. And I am just trying my best and trying to do it gracefully. And yeah, that's all I got for you with that one. I don't know if I always do it as gracefully as I would like to. If I were on the outside looking in, I might be cringing a little bit, but you know what? I tell my kids that we're not perfect, we're not trying to be, but we just need to learn from our mistakes and keep moving forward. And yeah, so that's what I do. Sherry Williams says, what is the product that you use the most and buy in major bulk? The product that I use the most, I will say, are Dollar Tree plaques, the longer plaques. I love those. I really like all of their plaques, but I think I keep their plaques in stock the most. I keep twine in stock the most, Jenga blocks in stock, and plenty of hot glue. But I would say, yeah, like twine, burlap, Jenga blocks, and plaques are really what I keep in stock the most. And paint, of course, Waverly paint. I love my Waverly paint, so whenever I can get it, I do get it. I am starting to transition into using some of the colors from Hello Hobby, but that's a different story. Not my favorite paint. This is Jojo Fun Stuff. Hello from Pittsburgh, Kelly. Your videos are so much fun and I love going to Dollar Trees as often as I can. I was wondering, what is the most amount of times you have gone to Dollar Trees in a week? And how many times do you average per week or per month? On average, I do go to Dollar Tree once or twice a week. The most I've ever been is probably 3 to 4 times a week. And probably the most Dollar Trees I've been to in a day is probably 5 or 6. And so because I do bring Dollar Tree hauls, I do tend to go into the Dollar Tree a bit more than normal, because I do like to bring you guys those and show you what's new at the Dollar Tree that you can keep your eye open for. Guess where? At your local Dollar Tree. Haha. Next question comes from Kathy Hay Brees. I hope I said that right, Kathy. Sorry. You are extremely talented with all your crafts. Do you also sew, crochet, and knit? Yes, I do sew. Love, love, love to sew. Love my sewing machine so much. Yes, I just don't bring you a lot of DIYs using my sewing machine. I do crochet. Absolutely love to crochet. One of my favorite pastimes to do while I'm watching TV. Do I knit? I don't. I've never been able to do it. But yes, sewing and crocheting, I do have a healthy fabric stash and I do have a healthy yarn stash. I want to say probably 4 years ago, I did a thing where I asked everybody to make baby hats and send them to me so I could donate them to any given hospital that I wanted to, or to a cancer unit. And so the outpouring that I got from so many of you subscribers and the amount of boxes that I got that were sent to me with hundreds of hats in them was amazing. It was the most amazing thing I had experienced. And so I had a lot of fun filming and actually dispersing the hats to different facilities and taking you along with me so you all could see where your hats were going. And so yeah, crocheting is definitely one of my favorite pastimes, and Kayla does it too very well. Jan Ellington says, what do you do with the items you make? My craft room is overflowing, but I love to craft. You know what? I get asked this all the time in the comment section. My favorite DIYs that I do to suit my decor, I keep. Then there are some that I make with the intent of gifting to somebody in particular. You don't always know that when I do it, but yes, there are some that I do with the intent to gift. Then I make some that I'm gonna be making in bulk that I gift to people for a given holiday or a birthday. I give some away, but I think most of the people in my life are kind of like, we don't need any more DIYs, because I've been on YouTube for over 7 years now, almost 8 years this March, and 750 videos later. So you can imagine how many DIYs I've had that I've given to people, and people are just like, we're good now. And then I do, before COVID, I used to have a semi-annual yard sale. And so I would keep all of the DIYs that I didn't keep for my home, and then I would sell them in a semi-annual yard sale that I had here at my house, or the ones that I couldn't sell, I would donate them either to the Goodwill or to, mostly it was the Goodwill, and there's a place called the Red, White, and Blue up the street. And so yes, that is what I do with my DIYs, because I can't keep them all either. Okay, here is a personal one. Let's see. This is by Christine, and I don't know how to say your name. I am so sorry. She says, so how do you feel about dating again and getting in a relationship? Are you feeling lonely? Okay, let me answer those first, because there's a few in here. How do I feel about dating again and getting in a relationship? At this point in time in my life, I am not ready for a full-blown relationship, nor do I want one. The dating aspect, I would say I'm not opposed to dating, but I want to say dating in the sense of meeting someone that I can enjoy spending time with outside of a relationship setting. I know that probably sounds like an oxymoron or is contradicting dating, but I wouldn't mind meeting somebody that I can meet for lunch, that I can go to a movie with, or not hang out, because nobody is going to come to my house and meet my kids, my girls. And that was another question, if I will bring a man around my girls. No, I will not until a good firm connection has been made. And that is not something that I am looking for right now. I don't want to answer to anybody right now, and I don't want to commit to somebody. And when I say I don't want to commit to somebody, it's not because I want to go play the field. It's because I want to be me. And I don't want to answer to somebody because I want to live my life right now for me and not live my life for somebody else. And so with that being said, though, again, I would not mind talking to somebody and enjoying the company of somebody and having a mutual respect that there's common courtesy. And that's really it. And I'm finding that is few and far between right now with online dating. And so I feel like common courtesy shouldn't be something that is too much to ask of people. And yet it feels like it is too much to ask when you're online. And so I have not gone on any dates physically yet. No, I have not. I will answer that now because somebody will ask me. I have not. And nor do I think I want to after experiencing what I have experienced on the online dating apps. And so with that, you will have to just watch my blog and you will have to see where my life has been going with that, because it is a fun journey. And so I guarantee it's a page turner. Haha. I'm such a tease, aren't I? Okay, Karen Clark says, how is Kathleen, and will you be doing more cooking videos with her? I really enjoy those too. Karen, I gotta tell you, I miss being in the kitchen with Kathleen. I do. That was some of my favorite times with her. I think that once COVID settles down a bit more again, maybe we will revisit that. Actually, I know we will revisit it. But for now, because there are so many unknowns with COVID still, there's so many different variants out. We don't know how long the vaccines are gonna work. We don't know if they work against the new variants or not. It's just something that we're really taking precautions about because my dad and Kathleen are in those higher ages, and I would rather miss out on a year or two of doing these special things with them than miss out on forever. And so for now, I'm just being patient, but I can promise you that when the time is right, she will most definitely be back because I miss her and I want to be back in the kitchen with her. Jennifer Williams. Hi, Jennifer. Jennifer is a friend of mine, by the way, outside of YouTube, that I actually met here on YouTube, and I just love her to pieces. Jennifer from Mississippi. Haha. She wants to know, how do I balance my DIY stuff and family stuff? I am very scheduled, and I like to stay on a schedule. I don't like to falter from my schedule because I feel like when I falter from my schedule, that's when everything goes all out of whack. And so I will tell you that I am an early riser in the morning. I wake up anywhere from 3:30 to 5 in the morning, and it's typically like 4:30 if we're being honest. And I start my workday at that time. And I try to get about 4 to 5 hours of YouTube work in uninterrupted. And that is my time of uninterrupted work time. And that is the only time during the day that I can get that uninterrupted work time because everybody is asleep. And so if I want to continue to do what I do here on YouTube, then I have to do that. And so typically my work hours for YouTube are from 4:30 in the morning until about 10:30 in the morning. And that is usually when I'm editing and getting ready for the day's video. And then I've got Allie, who's doing online schooling again because the numbers are so high out here. We just decided to do one more year online since we already had it down from last year. We just figured, why not? She's used to it instead of the inconsistency of going back in the classroom, back at home, back in the classroom, back at home because of the outbreaks in the school. That was something that I really just didn't want to deal with. Again, I am a person who likes consistency, and Allie needs consistency in a learning environment, and she's doing great online. So for us, it works out. And really that is just kind of the day. I think that while she is in school, she gets off at 10 o'clock from her first Zoom. We try to bust out as much work between 10 and 12 as we can. When she goes back on at 12, I usually do a power hour of cleaning the house from 12 to like 1:30. And then Allie is off school again. And we usually have more work to do. Maybe I start getting dinner ready a bit early, and maybe I'm doing some DIYing or finishing up some last minute things on YouTube that I didn't get to finish up in the morning. And usually by that time, dinner comes, and it's maybe 5:45 my time, and that's when my video drops on YouTube. And then I try to stay present in the comment section for an hour to 2 hours so you all can interact with me after the drop of each video. And that really is how my days and weeks, well, the days of the weeks anyway, play out. My weekends are usually filled with filming and DIYing, and filming those DIYs so I can then edit them during the week in the morning from 4 to 10 in the morning. And so I am a very scheduled person, and I feel like if I stay on that schedule, then the balancing act doesn't feel so hard. But there are times where we do have to falter, and my work days end up going a bit longer until maybe midnight at night, and that's not uncommon. And so yeah, I work a lot on YouTube, but I love it, and so it's worth it. Sharon Heddle says that she remembers a few months ago that my channel had got taken down for inappropriate content, and she wants to know if YouTube ever told me who it was. No, they didn't, but for those of you who were in the comments section, a few of you called it out. I have a feeling I know who it was. I'm not going to say. You can read between the lines there. And so with that being said, one can only hope that somebody grows up and just stops. And that's what I'm going to say. Brenda Frieden-Ricks asks, why did I decide to collaborate with Linda so often? I feel like on YouTube, it's about staying relevant. And when you're on the platform for any given amount of years, you need to stay relevant. If you continue to do the same repetitious stuff over and over, it does get repetitive. And I think with that, it gets boring. People start seeing patterns, and then they just kind of get bored and they drop off your channel, or they stop watching, and then they go to a different channel that maybe has different content or a different style. And so I felt like this year, the thing that was really weighing on me was the amount of people that said that they have crummy Dollar Trees and that their Dollar Trees don't carry the same items that mine carry, and that they can't do some of these DIYs because they can't get some of their items on them. And so I felt like when Linda told me that she was doing an Etsy store, I felt like one day I had this epitomizing moment of thinking, you know what? We should make budget-friendly embellishments available for my subscribers, so that way they too can do these DIYs. But the key word was that we needed to do it budget-friendly, so it wasn't so much more than it was buying it outside of the Dollar Tree. And I wanted to do that because also there are so many of you who don't have a Cricut. And I absolutely love working with my Cricut in vinyl. I feel like vinyl is an amazing crafting tool that can be added to so many DIYs that really elevates the DIY and takes it to a different level. And so with that, that was where I decided to kind of present this to Linda. She really liked it, and it has been a collaboration that has worked out perfectly. And I will tell you that the only reason I feel like it has worked out perfectly is because we have been friends for 26 years, and we have worked together before when we worked at Applebee's. She was the general manager and I was the bartender for so many years. And so working together was not something new. We knew how each other worked. I knew her work ethic. She knows my work ethic. And there are two people who couldn't know each other any better than Linda and I do. And so with that, I know a lot of people say you shouldn't mix friendship and business, but with Linda, that's not something I have to worry about because we can easily talk to each other, and she knows what I want. She knows what I expect. I know what she wants. I know what she expects. And yeah, we just work really well together. And so yeah, that is why we collaborate together. And Heather McMullen wants to know, who is Ray? Ray is my 27-year-old son. Yep, that is who Ray is. I have 3 kids. I have a 27-year-old son. I have Kayla, who is 22, and our sweet Allie, who is almost 11. Well, everybody, that is all the subscriber questions that I have for today. I feel like that was a lot. I feel like I answered a lot of really fun questions, and boy, oh boy, is this gonna be a long video. But you know what? It was fun. Thank you for asking those questions. I hope you all enjoyed today's Q&A with me and the quick life update. I don't even know if you could call it that, but it was a little bit of an update. And until next time, everybody, I hope you have a fantastic Sunday. Make sure to stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy. And you know what else I'm gonna say? Stay positive, please. And bye for now. See you in the next video.